Good evening. Today we're going to present our awareness campaign of plastic in Zamorano. First of all, plastic is not evil. We need to view it as beneficial and as harmful. We need to see both aspects of plastic as beneficial and harmful since it's what's the reality. Plastic has brought some benefits to our lives and has made easier many things, and things have reduced their costs since plastic is cheaper than many other materials like metal or any other. Here we have important questions then which we focused our campaign. Who we were trying to influence basically was students and teachers on campus. What do we want to make happen? We wanted to have a reduction in plastic consumption, basically in single-use plastic consumption, which might be the Coca-Cola bottles or something that's basically just being used for 12 or 15 minutes since who stands to benefits and who stands to lose. Basically, the people who stand to benefit is us since there's less money wasted on waste management, and who lose basically the companies that are benefited by single-use plastics, such as Coca-Cola company. And what do the people know about our issue? People are aware actually about the issue, but normally don't tend to do anything about it. They just turn around and give a blind eye about the issue. So we're trying to bring up what are the true aspects that plastic bring to our lives and the harm that it truly has. What's our unique selling proposition basically is showing the true impact of plastic in the world and how we are deteriorating it little by little. And why are we credible? Since we're using sources and searching for information all around the web, which has a lot of foundations on why plastic is being detrimental for the world nowadays. Here's our logo and slogan. The image is from Justin Kaufman. He works with the National Geographic, in which a little seahorse is carrying a Q-tip, single use. Basically, it's been used for at least a minute or so, and now it's an environment, and we have what used to be a seahorse that normally would be with the seaweed is with a Q-tip. And the slogan goes, minutes of use and years in the environment.
The objectives are create change in the perspective of individuals in plastic management and record the forward uses of plastic recycling in given period.
Okay, for implementing our campaign, we decided to make a schedule, to make it more, to organize ourselves and do things week by week. In the first week, we started in week 4. Week 4, we collected information in Zamorano context. What we did was we went to Zamorano recycling building, and we asked what they do there. So what we investigated there is that people here in Zamorano, they don't recycle the waste the students produce. They just grab the bottles and cans of soda and paper, and what they do is they separate the waste, and what they do with it is that they send it to a storage, and there in that storage they sell them to outside of the country where where there is gonna be recycled. Okay. In week 5, we concentrated on what's doing the world worldwide, recycling worldwide. So what we did was we went into a computer and we searched for we searched for definitions like what's recycling, and we also search global statistics of what what they do in other countries with how they manage waste in other countries. In week 6, we created catching ads that people could see, and we posted in different medias here in Zamorano, and so that way we could enhance people to start recycling and managing their own wastes and contributing to the environment. In week 7, we initiated campaigns in common areas in Zamorano by doing posters and making ads also, and uploading them in the web, in the Zamorano mail, so that way people could see the messages that we are sending to them. In week 8, we set up ourselves in different parts of Zamorano University, and what we did is that we made games that will help people know how to manage these wastes, how they recycle or also reuse what are things like bottle of cans or bottle of soda. What can they do with it? And does not throw them away, toss them away. In week 9, what we did is that we gave our presentation to other students here in Zamorano to get them involved on what we're doing, and for them to start contributing and also cooperating with ourselves. In week 10, well, here we had a problem actually. We couldn't bring nobody for give this presentation, but it was meant to be a professional giving data about what's happening in the world with waste that we're tossing away, that ends up in rivers or ends up in the ground, the soil, and how it's contaminating. Week 11, we measured what we achieved in our 10 weeks of campaign, and we try to measure it by calculating the efficiency of the recycling that was done during the campaign.
Okay, right now I'm going to be talking about the principal campaigns tools that we use to promote the change. The first one is collect information. This information came from different web pages where we search statistics and some papers that tell us about the situation of the world. And here in Zamorano, as my partner said before, we search with the principals and the people that are in charge of the management of the plastics. Then we made 8 catching aids that we are, those was digital and material physical. It's to promote and to tell to everyone the information that we collect, and they have some awareness about what the plastic is making to the environment. Then interactive games. Here we try to use cards with food chains and the process of degradation of the plastic. In this, the person that are playing, they have to make a logical order, and we are going to see if they are right with the order. And this is to see if they know how the plastic interacts with the environment. And then the lectures
because we want that the people have a deeper knowledge about the plastics and how they work in the environment. Now, here we have some easy steps to follow because we want to the people make conscious about how they really, if they really need the plastic. So the first one, if you really need the things that you are going to buy, if you don't really need it, then just don't buy it, and in that way you are avoid the contamination. If you really need this, you have to see if you really need a plastic bag in this case to carry the stuff that you buy. If you don't really need it because you just want stuff, then just say no to the bag, or you can use a cloth bag or something else to carry the things that you buy. If you really need it, then you have to know what you're going to do with that before you use it. So if you are going to just throw away, or you are going to recycle or give it a second use, and in that way you are going to be avoid the contamination.
Okay, on conclusion, the principal step for the campaign is the schedule that we have to guide. So one of the most important things that we notice in our awareness campaign is that the schedule was very good because we know what weeks we have to do all the things. But some things that we have to do some of the weeks was like we can't do it like in the same week, so we make all in different ways. The plan of the campaign will help us to know what to do during all the campaign and help us to focus in our objectives. So when we start to look at our schedule, we know what we want to do, and we refine all the focus that we have in the campaign. Other thing is that during the awareness campaign, we learn about the topic, and we talk with the people, and we know what are the main problems that we have here in Samaran. Like awareness campaign, we try to focus in give the information to others and don't have like a problem in the socialization with the persons.
Now, first of all, I will be talking about our own experience. First of all, the public here in Samaran is actually hard to reach. We had the visual media in the cafeteria, in which we placed a video of shocking images of animals being covered by plastic or choking to death with plastic, which actually was the idea of having shocking images for the people to understand how harmful the plastic is for the environment and the living beings, not just animals, but also as the human beings. And what we noticed while we were like observing who were actually watching the video is that very few people actually took the time to watch the video and see what actually was going on. And we saw that normally the people that actually did see or stayed watching the video was people from the Department of Environment and Development, while other people just completely disregarded. So the main problem that I saw there is that people actually took much interest in the media or the topic itself, even though it was shocking and actually could get the attention of some people.
Some other things that we learned was that if you you can do a campaign almost of every problem that you see in your society. But it's necessary that the topic that you choose is something that you really like, because you are going to have to spend a lot of time searching, and you have to dedicate to the activities and follow the schedule. So it has to be something that you really feel passion to, and to have a really good campaign and have the results that you want. You can do campaigns of drugs or idols or almost everything in what you see in your society.
And final recommendations for our group, I would say at the end, if I were to do again the awareness campaign, would be stick strictly with the schedule we have and try to work with it as much as possible. We had a problem with the presentation we were going to make. We actually couldn't make the original one, which involved all the students of second year of 2 sections. But after all, it was actually an enriching experience in which we all participants of the group learn about the topic and know more of it.
Thanks for the attention.